In this tutorial, we will be building this graphical user interface application in Python using the Tkinter library. So basically, this is an image viewing application. So here are my in this application we have three images: image 1, image 2, and image 3. And these are the buttons in order to forward the image, to move to the next image. And you can see that three images are there, and then this button is disabled now. There is no other image forward here, and if you want to go backwards here, you can just go backwards with this button. And also this button is disabled because there are only three images, and a last button is there of exit. If you hit this button, the application closes. So you will get to know about how to use Tkinter in order to display images, buttons. So let's start building this application from scratch. So for this application, you should be having Python installed onto your computer, and Tkinter library comes with Python. You need not have to manually install this library. Apart from that, we just only need one library, which is pillow. So here inside your command line, you can just write a command which is pip install pillow. So this is the library you should need. Enter this command. As I already installed this library, so you can see that requirement already satisfied. You just need this library. So after that, I will be deleting all the code here and just starting from scratch. So just make a app.py file, and there are my three images. So first of all, we just need to import Tkinter. So we will write from Tkinter. Let me just zoom in. So from Tkinter, we will import star. So this means that we are importing the whole library of Tkinter. On the second line, we just need to import this library, which is PIL. From this library, we just need to import the image TK library and the actual image. After writing this, we will initialize our Tkinter app like this. So this initializes our application, and now we just need to give a title to it. Let's suppose image viewer application or image viewer app. And after that, we just need to load our images on the screen. So I will be having image 1. So in order to load image in Tkinter, we use image TK dot photo image. Inside this, we pass our image open function. So image dot open. So inside this, you just need to provide the path of the image. So my path is I have stored this inside my root directory, so I will just pass here image1.png. So I will just be copy pasting for the rest two images. So I will just declare two more. So this will be image 2. So this will be image 2 png. So this will be image 3, and this will be image 3. So now in order to add all these images, we have successfully added these images, and now we just need a button. But before that, we will be making an array of image list, and we will be storing all these images into a dictionary. So basically this is a dictionary in Python. So inside this, we will be storing our image 1, image 2, and image 3. So after this, we just need to initialize our app so that we can run it. I will be having a label variable. So inside this, I will be making a simple label, so which will hold the first image which will be loaded once we launch the application. So here we will be initializing the image 1. So this image 1 will be loaded whenever we load the application. And now in order to launch the application, we will just write a simple command which is root.main loop. So this will start the application. It will call the main loop of TK. So now if I hit the run button, it should launch our application with the title. You can see that. So now we just want some buttons here. So in order to have our button here, we will be declaring three variables, which will be of the back button. So just after that, we will be declaring a button which is button back. So button back will be equal to button, so we will be adding to the root, and text will be equal to this symbol, and comma, we will be having a command. So command is basically kind of, we are adding an event listener, so when we hit this button we just need to execute this function which is backward, and we will be giving a state of disabled. So state is equal to disabled. So initially this button will be disabled, and also we will be having a button forward. So this will be button root, and the text will be, in this case, this one text, and also we will be giving a command to it. When we hit this button we just need to have the function, so we will be declaring this like this, lambda. So inside this we will be passing some variables also. So in order to pass a variable, we should be writing this syntax, which is lambda colon followed by the method. So inside this we will be calling this method forward, and we will be passing a variable of 2. So after that we will also need a exit button also. So it will tell that these functions are not being defined, so that is why this is the error here. So let me just first of all define the exit button. So button, we will add to the root here, and simply we will be giving a method to it which will be the text also. Text button will be exit app, and the command will be actually be very simple, which will be root dot quit. So it will quit the application for us. So this is our exit button, and now we just need to define this backward and forward. So right here at the top we can just define a simple function of forward. So it takes the image number, so just define this, and we will just return something here. So just define this function for now, and also we will define our backward function as well. So just write return here. So now if I just launch this app here, as you can see that the screen is empty because we haven't added these elements, these buttons and images. So for adding them, we just need to add them to the grid, to the application. So right here, after defining this, we will be simply be adding those elements. So I will be adding my label. So this holds the image for us. So this is a holding image. You can see that we just need to add it. So for adding it, we will be using the grid method. So inside this, we will be defining the row. Row is equal to 0. Column is equal to 0, and I will also be defining this property column span is equal to 3, and then I will be adding my buttons, button back dot grid, and this time the row will be 1, the column will be again 0. That's it. And after that we will be adding my exit button, button dot exit dot grid. Row will be 1, column will be again 0. Sorry, row is 1 and column is 1. And my button forward dot grid, and row is again 1 and column is true. That's it. So this will add these elements to the screen now. Now if I just hit this run button, you can see that, guys, initially the image is loaded here, you can see that, and these buttons are also there, and this is disabled. You can see that initially this backward button is disabled, and if I hit this button, this will not work because we haven't provided any kind of function to it, and this exit button will work. If I click this, the app will close. And now we just need to define our functions here that we have defined here, forward and backward. So forward function is taking an image number. You can see that we are passing the second image. So we just need to define this. So just delete this return statement here. And now we will define the logic. So the first thing that we need to write here inside it, we just need to declare some global variables, which will be my label. And this will be button back and global button forward. So we are making these variables as global because we want to manipulate these variables so that for the application to work. So just make these variables as global, and then we just need to execute this function on mylabel, that is grid forget this function. Just call this function, and then we will be initializing a new value to this new image. We will be initializing label. So inside this we will pass our image, new image. Inside our image list, this is our array dictionary image list. So inside this is a dictionary, so this is a symbol here. So inside this we will subtract the value which is coming here, image number -1. That's it. So after this we just need to define our button forward. So button forward will be equal to button, and we just need to add it to the root. The text will be again this one, and the command will be equal to lambda. Again we are passing some function with some values, so we just want to write the syntax here, lambda, and we will again use this function forward, and we will pass this time image number +1. So we will increment it one time. You can see that if I hit the forward button again, this will show the next image, so image number +1. That's it. And now similarly for the button backward also, button back, we will be having new button. We will add to the root here. The text property will be equal to this one, and the event listener command will be equal to, so this time we also need to write lambda here. So in this case we will be calling our backward function, and we will be initializing it to image number -1. So we will subtract 1 from the current image and we will display the previous image. And now just make this change, guys. It will also be receiving this argument image number. Just write this, and after defining these two functions we just need to add them to the screen here. It is very easy. So we just need to copy paste the code here which we have written here, which is you can see that this code. So this code will remain constant. So just copy paste this code here. So we don't need this exit button, so we can just delete it. So exit button will remain constant. So these values are changing, so that is why we are adding them on the screen once again. So just add this. And now guys, our forward method is complete. And now if I just rerun the application once again, so it is saying that it expects a indented block. Let me just see. Oh sorry, we haven't tried it function here, so just try it here, return. So that was the error. So just rerun the application, guys. So now if I hit the forward button, it will work. You can see that it will display the next image. If I hit it once again, you will see that it will display the next image. And now you can see that we are done with these 3 images and still this button is active. So we just need to make this inactive so that it cannot proceed forward. So for that we just need to define a logic here inside our statement, which is just before inside this. After this you can just write if image number is equal to 3, because indexing starts from 0. So 0, 1, 2. So when the image number becomes 3, we just need to make this button forward disabled. So button forward, we will again create button, add it to the root. The text will be this one, and we just need to make the state as disabled. That's it. So just make this change, and now if I refresh the application, you will see that after these 3 images, this next forward button will be disabled. You can see that. And now we just need to make our backward button so that we can just move backwards. So right here we will just copy paste all the functionality that we have done in the forward method. So right here we will copy all the code here and just make some changes. So right here just copy all this code and paste it inside your backward function. So right here guys, we just need to make some change here. Instead of this image number is equal to 3, we will write here 1 and just make this as a button back, and this change the symbol to this, sorry, this symbol, change this, and we will be making this state is equal to disabled. So that's it. I think that rest of the things is constant. So rest of the things are constant guys. So now if I hit the refresh button once again, and now you can see that initially this is disabled, the forward button, and now if I forward button is disabled, and now if I want to go backwards, if I hit it, you will see that I am going backwards as well. So in this video we have made a very simple GUI kind of a application in Tkinter, and we are displaying these 3 images. You can display as many images as you want. So this is the core logic on how to display images in Tkinter. So thanks very much guys for watching this video. If you like this video, then please hit the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe the channel, and I will be seeing you in the next video. Until then, thank you very much.